Okay guys, welcome back. So Christmas morning again here at TXG. We have new products coming in every single day right now, which is always exciting.
So we got 3 drivers now.
Yep.
Versus 2 last year. We've got a Max, a Standard, and a Sub-Zero.
Yep.
Let's talk about the face, because I think that's kind of going to be the story for this, especially considering we don't know, we should say, we don't have full details on this now. We've had some conversations.
Early days, isn't it?
Early days, but it sounds like the face kind of forgiveness and spin consistency story is sort of what they've improved upon from Epic Flash.
Well, when you sort of get any technology, I've always felt like in its second generation, you'll probably find out more about it. And this is especially the case with Callaway, because since they introduced AI technology into helping them develop their products, they're able to run significantly more cycles of testing. So when it came to Epic Flash, the supercomputer was able to run, I think it was around 150,000 variations on the face to come up with the original Flash face. Well, time has been obviously a help to them in that they've had to run another 150,000 versions. So they now have over 300,000 sort of different versions of the face that they've been working on. So last year's model on Epic Flash, we had the Flash face.
Yes.
This year we have 3 different faces, one for each of the driver for the specific design characteristics.
So if someone's picturing obviously the front of the face, you look at it and go, I don't know, that looks like the same face to me.
It looks the same, yeah.
On the back end of it, there's areas of different thickness, and that allows the ball speed and spin and everything, forgiveness, to be stretched across the face.
Exactly. So maneuvering that kind of face depth in certain areas to create faster and slower spots in order to provide more consistency. Callaway this year calling it spin robustness, in order to narrow the windows of high spin and low spin between high and low strikes. So that's just breeding more and more consistency. You were talking about something earlier on, Matty, with regards to the drivers aren't really trying to be a whole lot quicker out the middle of the face.
Well, this is the thing. I think people get stuck on the fact that obviously the CT rating has been reached quite some time ago. And I think it's not totally the customer's fault at all, because the marketing is a little bit gray in saying it's faster, it's faster, it's faster. If we boil it down though, they've obviously got that part of the face is as fast as it's going to be.
Got it figured out.
Year over year, what they're improving is when you miss it 5 millimeters, 10 millimeters, 20 millimeters. That is just slowly getting faster there. But obviously, TaylorMade was no different. I think those videos, we saw a lot of comments going like, didn't they already achieve this? But if you hit 20 drivers in a test, you're not going to hit them all in the middle. And the driver that has better retention across the face, the average will look like it is faster, but it's faster on average, not out of one strike.
Well, we've been talking a lot more about standard deviation when it comes to our testing and making sure that we're seeing the tightest, smallest standard deviation from spin and ball speed and all these sorts of things. And really that's going to be a big argument when it comes to this new product. And I think that's really what Callaway are focusing on with the new version. Warmed up a little bit with this over the last kind of 10 minutes. First thing we noticed, sound.
Big time different, big time better.
The sound is it might be, if it's not the best sounding driver we've ever hit, it's up there. I think we always felt like G400 was
a
very hard to beat.
Gold standard of sound,
We really liked Sim on sound.
Good sound.
And this is the equal of both of those drivers.
And not to mention most improved player of all time, because let's be honest, that was a big detraction for some people, was the sound of that. And so they've obviously figured it out, because it sounds way better.
So let's
get
take
some
a
numbers.
Little hit and see what we see. Love that.
It's just a great sound, it really is.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
It's just a really good sound. Nice kind of carbony sort of sound, but not totally dead sounding. It's still got a little bit of kind of pitch to it. It's just great. Did a good job. I mean, the feel versus sound discussion is one I want to get into at some point, like in its own video. But it's very interesting how now that the sound is much more pleasing, the old driver felt hard on the face to me, but it was loud. So it's almost like loud makes firm, and sort of muted feels very kind of soft and jumpy. It's very interesting the way that is.
Definitely the case.
It's nice.
That's nice.
Definitely getting some good ones with it. All right. Oh.
Okay.
Sub-zero. Go in. Lovely. It's good too. Nice and flat, isn't it?
That one certainly was very flat, wasn't it? Better.
That's nicer. Yep.
And when you see the ball just hang like that, immediately you know it's a much more solid strike.
Yeah, it doesn't have the same nose diving kind of look, does it?
Yeah.
That's a good swing.
That's nice.
It's a really good one.
Very nice.
Oh yes. Much better.
Okay, Mavrik Max. This is the one, Matty, to me, that looks much more like the standard models of the previous two editions.
It looks like the Epic Flash standard.
Much more elongated at the back, stretching that away from the face to provide that little extra stability, larger footprint for confidence-inspiring look behind the ball.
I was going to say that it looks very kind of confidence-inspiring for sure.
So, I mean, I think from what we've seen this year, Speed Zone Extreme that would appear from the Cobra model. That appears to be a much more forgiving model. Obviously we know G410 Plus is hard to beat. Obviously Sim Max, is interesting to see where that fits in. But this looks like it might be even a little more forgiving than some of those.
Would be interesting. I mean, I really, to be honest, I love that trend in the industry. Is now it's like we've got a lot of things. Lower spin, we've got ball speed. Let's figure out the stability again. Yeah. And I know Ping's had it, but everyone else seems to kind of be figuring it out.
Does look like that's a trend, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Change of sound?
Yeah, it sounded higher pitched, didn't it?
I mean, remember what we talked about with regards to larger footprints and more room for noise to bounce off the walls?
Yeah, you were saying it's basically like an echoing issue.
Yes, it's volume. So in terms of the volume, it's a little bit harder to control. They can dampen the sound. You always have to dampen it more.
So it might make sense for this to have a little bit more of a...
certainly on that first one it would. That's nice.
Yeah, you're 100% right. It sounds a bit different. I still don't think it's anywhere near as loud as Flash was.
Not even close.
But it is got a little bit more of a ting to it. That's good.
Good strike?
That's the best one I've hit with this, yeah. Felt dead center. That's good too.
That's nice.
Two goodies. Really good. To me, without the weight being put in the heel, it doesn't really feel to me like it's a draw bias driver.
No, I would agree with that.
It's very neutral.
It's a neutral, forgiving driver until you flip it around.
Which is ideal because then it doesn't have to suit only the slice kind of type.
It's a really good point. That's nice.
Yeah, that's perfect. It definitely lives above the standard one a little bit in spin. Just a couple hundred RPMs. Yeah.
Okay. They all done their job, didn't they?
Yeah.
I think they all done exactly as described on the tin.
Nice to see it kind of shape up the way it's going to be marketed, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
We know that obviously Sub-Zero is always the lowest kind of launch, lowest spinning one, and the Max is going to launch a bit higher, spin a bit more. Yeah, they were all really good. Honestly, I liked them all. I really did.
I'm really pleasantly surprised when we're doing these tests recently I don't think there's anything we've scratched our head on and went, I don't see, they're claiming this. I'm not seeing that at all. Yep. I think we're really able to see what's intended. I mean, no question by quite a bit the Sub-Zero is lower spin. Mm-hmm. We did have the weight back on the Sub-Zero as well.
Yeah.
So moving that further forward and bringing that loft back down, like we would really see that thing down in the kind of 1400 RPM range, easy.
Yep, easily.
Yeah, pretty good though.
I was very very impressed with them. I mean, they sound and feel 1,000 times better. I'm happy with that. They also seem to do a lot better on a miss hit.
Yeah.
Epic Flash for me was a big kind of nose diver whenever I got out to the toe or high in the toe, and these felt like they've improved that stability. Especially the Max was kind of reminded me of G400 Max, sort of that original, bigger, more stable driver, just easy to hit straight shots with.
I really think the middle version is, to be honest, I think that's the winner here.
For me, that would be, if I was leaving right now, I would ask you for that one. You would be going
for that one, which is interesting because Sim, we were definitely better with Sim
the lowest
than Sim Max
for
with
sure.
you. So, but that's
different progression, right? Like I think Callaway seems to me like their lowest spin model is always quite extreme.
Yeah,
I never really get along with it. I think it's going to be great for some people, but for me, I was expecting Max or Standard, and this I think it just sits in a really nice window.
It really
in
does,
all ways.
doesn't it?
Yeah, it's good.
It really does. Okay, good first test with it. We are now going to get our teeth into it and sort of start to fit it and maybe look at some other shafts and some settings and different ways in which we can maybe turn it into a little bit of a monster for you.
Absolutely. It's just totally stock as we had it. Obviously, we used a shaft that I'm comfortable with, but we didn't adjust head weights. We didn't really mess around with any face angles. So I think from an initial test, this shows a lot of potential. Like ball speed output is pretty much what we saw with TaylorMade. We're going to do head-to-heads to make sure, but it looks like it's going to be kind of in line in that respect. Yeah.
Good stuff. Guys, let us know your thoughts. I mean, you guys are going to be probably seeing this for the first time. Callaway might have kept the sort of tightest rein on the embargo of any company in the history. I mean, I just don't think there's any information out there with regards to what this is. I want to say My Golf Spy reported something on it a while back with the USGA pictures.
Yes, they did.
But I'm not sure if did they have any conversation about the technology?
There was a podcast, but I didn't get a chance to listen to it.
Okay.
But I totally agree. I mean, there was not much going on. We had to really dig just to get what we needed for today.
I know. Yeah. It was hard, but we managed to get some information about the new kind of technology, the new material on the face,
which was very interesting.
SS20, which is very interesting. You know, seeing a bit of a trend there. Obviously, TaylorMade with Zatec
in the 3 wood,
fairway
right.
wood.
Yep.
So seeing the companies, continue to push the envelope, look for these, material benefits that can allow them to take to the next level. The interesting thing will be from a customer standpoint, and I know I've seen a few other channels and they're arguing these are great, but they're not light years ahead of where they were a few years ago, even though they're sourcing these other materials and stuff like that. I think that's an interesting argument. And as we go down the line, I think I was talking with some people about this over the weekend. We really like Sim.
Yes.
I think it's the best driver TaylorMade have ever made.
Agree.
I would be interested to take other versions and see how much better from yesteryear.
And you've had a million requests for that, I can tell you right now. I've saw tons saying do 2016, M1 and M2 that were both really good.
That would be great.
So I'd love to do some of that.
And same as this.
Same with these. Go back to maybe Epic Original.
Back to Epic Original.
That
would be my choice probably to compare Epic Original to this one.
Cool. Okay. Well, I'm sure you guys would love to see that.
Yeah.
I've seen that in the comments. So.
Okay, guys, tons more to come. Let us know your thoughts. What do you think of Mavrik?
Please.
A lot of people have shared their thoughts in the name and the sort of color scheme, things like that, the performance. Now you're starting to see that, so whether that kind of changes opinion. I felt like that happened with Sim.
Same thing again.
Same thing. People were maybe skeptical when they saw the the inertia generator at the back, maybe the name, different stuff. Now I see the public opinion swaying a little bit towards the more positive side of things. I think that may happen with this as well.
Totally agree.
But we'll see.
Yep.
Okay, stay tuned. See you again soon.